The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports and Jeff's Livestreams.
1:45 to go in double overtime. Back down to Baker. One-timer. Wagner scores! Ball game! Ty Wagner wins it in overtime.
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association first place winner for best digital production in the state.
6.5, and here come the Lions. Botting drives in. Another nice shot off the glass, put back by Bresky. He'll try again, and on the third chance, he puts it down.
You're seeing that height from Bresky really play a factor in these rebounds and off the glass here early.
Depth interviews with coaches and players, sideline reports, expert analysis, and top-notch production.
Meyer has it on the right wing up top now to Drinkwine. Pump fake, thought about three, doesn't take it, looks around for some help and gets it to Landon Baker. Baker, pass inside, Meyer on the block. Nice jumper from Talon Meyer. He's got all four for Mayville, cuts the lead back to 8.
On the steal from Judkins, he goes baseline, shovels it underneath, kicked out to Talon Meyer. Meyer spins once, kicks it out here to Promersberger. Hands off to Middlestat on the right wing. He's got a three. Emerson Middlestat starts the game off strong for Mayville, and they lead it first on the Quest Interiors scoreboard.
Our sponsors include
Hoekstra's Greenhouse, Katie's Log Cabin, Generations Lanes, and Angling Only.
Pino Construction, Verhaeg's Furniture, Schaefer Auto,
Coal Oil and Propane, Witt Services,
Lidkey Lumber, Hoffs of Brownsville, Municipal Well and Pump,
All Phase Heating Cooling Geo, Back in Action, Brock Fleischer, Homestead Realty,
Ergo Bank Lomira, Maxwell Plumbing, Metalcraft of Mayville,
Michaels Corporation, Quest Interiors, Schroffnagel Implements,
Surefire Heating and Cooling, Westfall Printing and Graphics, Bristol Morgan Bank, Marshview Veterinary Clinic, Mayville Savings Bank, Bernard Plumbing, Keller Buildings.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth with Jeff's Livestream, providing game day coverage.
The hardwood is a hummin' here in Rosendale, Wisconsin, where the banners hang high. The student section's going to be shoulder to shoulder, and every possession feels just a little heavier this time of the year. Welcome back to the pit, where it's winner go home basketball. A WIAA Division III regional final matchup is on tap as the Kiel Raiders make the trip in to take on the Flyweight Conference champions, the Laconia Spartans. We welcome you into the broadcast booth on Radio Plus and NFHS. Makai Ackerman tonight, joined by Dominic Ackerman, Jacob Haney, Elias Stefanlia, and Caitlin, bringing you what should be a fantastic postseason matchup. Laconia enters at 18-7 overall and a perfect 14-0 in conference play, led by junior guard Finley Morgan, who's averaging over 20 points per game and shooting nearly 40% from three-point land. She had 17 in last night's contest against the Warriors, which catapulted them into a 16-point victory. The Raiders, on the other hand, bring in a conference championship of their own, finishing 13-1 in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference and claiming the title outright. At 19-6 overall, Kiel has put together an impressive season powered by a veteran core of seniors who, as you'll see in a moment, lead the team in points, rebounds, and assists per game. It's survive and advance from here on out. The winner moves on, the loser goes home. Regional final coverage continues after this.
Happy fall, y'all. Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Fall is a time for a whole home duct and dryer vent clean. Here's what I mean. Things off kilter? Might need a new furnace cleaning and a filter. Dust and dander? We'll take a gander. We are your home for the Coleman Equipment brand. Call 920-763-2301 or log on to allphasecomforts.com, providing your comfort zone for all seasons.
Hey, it's Bucky. Give us a call, and we'll clean your ducky.
Maintains every system, from rotary parlors to robotic equipment. They'll deliver chemicals, dips, and supplies right to your farm. Rediker Dairy has an electrical department that offers residential, commercial, and industrial services. Good luck from Rediker Dairy Equipment in Brandon.
Captain Jeremy Brenner says, let's have some fun with Angling Only Guide Service. They're the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter service out of Sheboygan. They're hitting the open water June through Labor Day next year. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. Only $600 weekends and $500 weekdays for up to 6 people. Hey, you're gonna catch fish, no doubt about it. Mention this ad during our high school sports broadcast and save $100. Email them today at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Coal Oil and Propane is committed to establishing and upholding lasting relationships with our respected customers. We pledge to provide exceptional and reliable service, exceeding your expectations, and are dedicated to continuous improvement, embracing and driving change to better serve you. Whether you need service for residential, commercial, or agricultural, Coal Oil and Propane has you covered. Our goals are simple: great products, competitive pricing, and reliable service. Contact Coal Oil and Propane for all your fuel and lubricant needs. Trust Coal Oil and Propane.
Welcome back to the pregame show on Radio Plus Video Sports and NFHS. Mackay, Dominic, Jacob, Caitlin, and Aaliyah joining all of you tonight at home, sitting hopefully in the warmth. It snowed again today, which wasn't great considering we were in the mid-50s yesterday, but we are really excited to bring you this regional final coverage here from the pit in Laconia. Dominic, how are you?
Oh, I'm great, Mackay. We were here last night for the Laconia game. I'm excited to watch this one here tonight. It should be a great matchup between the 3 and 2 seed in this divisional and the sectional 3B in Division 3 here for basketball. I am excited to get this one underway.
Jacob, you've seen a lot of Laconia this year. Talk to me about what you're expecting tonight and how you're doing.
Yeah, it's been a great day for me, and definitely a great day for the Spartans, coming off of a win against Waupun last night, and they're looking to come in and make another stop and get another chance at playing more this season, and they don't want to be done yet. They got 2 seniors they want to keep playing, and should be a really good game to push on.
That's exactly right. Kiel, the 3 seed, had the first round bye, just like Laconia, who was the 2 seed. That's why they get this home court advantage for one more game. But Kiel beat number 6 ranked Columbus last night, 59-47. They were catapulted forward by their junior, I believe? Senior. Their senior guard, Liz Niles, had 30 points, 10 of those coming from the free throw line, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But she had a 30-point performance, takes a 12-point lead over Columbus, and that's the way they end things. We were here in the pit last night, like Jacob and Dominic had hinted to, but Laconia beat the number 7-seeded Waupun 56-40. A slow start for both of those teams, but Laconia came out in the second half and showed why they deserve that 2 seed. That being said, we'll step aside one more time, run a few more ads, and when we come back, we're talking about some of the pregame stats for the Kiel Raiders.
This winter, it's Generation Lanes in El Dorado, where you can join one of their adult or kids' leagues. Hey, why not get a group together for a family or maybe a corporate bowling event? Oh, by the way, don't forget to ask about their monthly Friday night tournaments. Wait, I know. Talk to Jeremy. That's right, talk to Jeremy and his staff about catering your next event, whatever it is. Generation Lanes with daily food specials and, of course, their Fish Fry Fridays. They're open daily at 11 and the kitchen is open late. Generation Lanes, home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of student athletes. We know you put your Coon Knight equipment to work, and it may be in need of some extra attention. Make sure to inspect bearings, knives, hammers, and other high-wear parts to keep your machine running at its best. Genuine Coon Knight parts, proudly made in the USA, are now available at Gruet's Equipment, your Coon Knight dealer in Potter, Eden, Waupun, and Watertown. Invest in quality with original Coon Knight parts designed specifically for your machine. Stop in or call your favorite Gruet's Equipment location for more information today.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Pre-game coverage here from the pit in Rosendale, Wisconsin. The Kiel Raiders come on into town to face the number 2 seeded Laconia Spartans. Dominic, why don't you run me through some of those individual statistics you've got for Kiel?
Yeah, the Raiders come in with a lot of senior leadership on this team. You'll hear 3 names as I go throughout these individual leaders. We'll start in points. They're led in scoring on the season by the senior Maddie McDowell. 13.8 points per game for her, shooting over 50% from the field at 52.1, and a 28% clip from beyond the three-point arc. Liz Niles, the senior who had that incredible 30-point performance last night against Columbus, 10.5 points a game for her, 40% from the field, and an 80% free throw shooter. We mentioned that she had 10 points from the free throw line yesterday, 10 for 11 in yesterday's contest against Columbus. An incredible performance from her. Watch for her to get some advantages and some points scored today. Tavi Sager, rounds out that top 3, a senior with 9.3 points per game, 42% from the field for her as well, and a 26% clip from beyond the arc. Liz Niles leads this team in rebounds, 6.8 for the senior, 6.3 for Maddie McDowell, and Tavi Sager has 3.4 rebounds per game, 3 on the defensive side. Tavi Sager leads this team in assists, however, 5.5 assists per game. She knows how to distribute the ball and get it to her other 2 scorers in Liz and Maddie. She is an incredible distributor of this ball. Look for her to get some good passing plays going for the Raiders.
All right, let's move on to some of those team statistics for the Raiders now. They average scoring 57.2 points per game. They only let up 41.8 for you mathematicians out there. That's a 15.5-point differential. And if you don't necessarily know what that means, on average, it means that they score 15.5 more points per game than their opponent. So when you're scoring that much more per game, that reflects on their record, 19-5 overall and 13-1 in the EWC Conference. Field goal percentage coming in here for the Raiders. They're sitting at 38.6% as a team, just under 30% from behind the three-point arc, and a staggering 66% from the free throw line, which was capped off by Liz Niles last night, going 10 from 11 just herself. Rebounds per game, 25.8. Assists per game, 11.8. Steals per game, sitting right on the dot at 12. And then moving on to turnovers per game, just under 14. In their last 10 games, they are 8-2. And in their last 5, they are 3-2. Wins against, again last night, Columbus, Two Rivers, and Roncalli. And losses against Manitowoc Lutheran and Sheboygan Falls. That being said, we'll take another break. And when we come back, we're talking about the home team, the Spartans.
For the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, 3rd generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamira. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we have the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamira, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Back on the pregame show here on Radio Plus Video Sports and NFHS. We want to thank all of you for joining us tonight for what should be a fantastic regional finals matchup between the Kiel Raiders and the Laconia Spartans. Let's kick it over to Jacob, who's got some of those individual team statistics for the Laconia Spartans.
Yeah, coming in, the Spartans, their points leader, Finley Morgan, scoring 20.6 points per game and is 43% from the field and 38% from the three-point line, followed up by Marissa Johnson with 11 points per game, shooting 39.8% from the field and 32% from three. Followed up by Miley Redmond, just a sophomore, with 10.8 points per game and 42% from the field goal. Rebounds leaded by the sophomore Miley Redmond, 6.7 rebounds per game, followed up by Finley Morgan, the junior, with 5.1 rebounds per game, and then followed up by the post player down below, junior Lillian Zimmerman, with 4.8 points per game, rebounds per game. Assist, they distribute the ball. Finley Morgan, the junior, leads with 2.8 assists per game, and followed up by Marissa Johnson with 2.6 assists per game, followed up by another junior, Gabby Pino, with 2.5 assists per game, which is going to be a really key factor against the Raiders' 2-3 zone.
For sure. Let's take a look at some of these team stats for the Spartans. Points scored, they're averaging 60.9, letting up 46.8. That leads to a point differential of 14.1, just under the 15.5 coming from Kiel, but that's practically non-existent, the difference coming there. Field goal percentage as a team, the Spartans are shooting just over 40%, 31.6% from behind the three-point arc, and 61.1% from the free throw line. Moving on to rebounds per game, 63.5. Now, that's a staggering number compared to what we had for rebounds per game for Kiel, but we don't necessarily know if those numbers are updated as well. So it's really kind of ticky-tacky. Sometimes on bound, it's hard to tell. Assists per game for the Spartans, 12.3, just 0.5 more than Kiel. Steals per game, 9.5. Blocks per game, just under 2. And turnovers per game, just under 12.5. They are 9-1 in their last 10. And in their last 5, they are 4-1. A loss against Pewaukee back on the 21st, but wins against St. Mary Springs, Campbell Sport, North Fond du Lac, all conference opponents. And then last night here in the pit against Waupun.
Yeah, and you talked about that rebounds not being possibly up to date. It is accurate. If you watch this Laconia team play, some people are like 70 rebounds a game. No way, but this team follows shots. They're able to get defensive boards. They're able to get offensive boards. They are a tenacious team on the rebound side of things. Watch them play tonight, and you'll see that happen.
All right, that being said, we're going to take one more ad break, and when we come back, a very exclusive interview with head coach Chris Morgan of Laconia Spartans. Don't go anywhere.
Are you looking for a calmer grooming experience your dog's absolutely going to love? Come to Muddy Paws in Rosendale, a quiet, peaceful environment, one-on-one grooming, clean and sanitized shop in a friendly, patient grooming experience. Muddy Paws for every dog also receives a free blueberry facial, seasonal cologne, seasonal bandana, and a themed photo posted to the page. Muddy Paws at the corner of Highways 23 and 26, Rosendale in the old subway building. Best of luck, Laconia, in your game today.
For nearly 50 years, Pinot Buildings has created the highest quality post-frame buildings. Headquartered in Rosendale, Wisconsin, we proudly serve the Badger State and Illinois. We deliver unparalleled craftsmanship and quality with all the warmth and care you'd expect from a small-town family business. Whether you're planning a large commercial or agricultural project, a barn-dominium, or a smaller personal shop or structure, Pinot Buildings are built for you and designed to last. Connect with us to get started.
Welcome to Hoff's Quality Meats and Catering, where every cut starts with tradition and cares for your family. Step inside to a display case filled with fresh, marbled beef and pork, farm-fresh chicken, and vibrant sausages. We are more than a meat market. Check out our catering menu, takeout menus, and even our fish fry. From family dinners to weeknight staples, Hoff's offers friendly service and local artistry you can taste. Visit Hoff's today for quality cuts and weekly specials that make every meal a little more delicious. Or call 920-583-3734 to order from our menu.
Welcome back to the pregame show on Radio Plus Video Sports and NFHS. Now joining me, the head coach of the Laconia Spartans, Chris Morgan. Coach, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for coming back again tonight.
Of course, a big regional semifinal win against Waupun last night. What went well, and what are some things you're looking to improve upon tonight?
Yeah, we didn't shoot the ball great, but that just happens. I mean, that sometimes is not a controllable thing. So I thought we played pretty good defense overall. We didn't have a ton of turnovers. I think we were less than 10 turnovers, which is, right where we want to be. So I thought that was good. The second half, I thought we did a better job of being a little bit more patient and getting to the rim a little bit more. So, try to do that a little bit more tonight. Kiel's got. They've got some good athletes out there, so we're gonna have to be patient again tonight. And we're not gonna get the looks we want after one pass. We're gonna have to move the ball a little bit, get them out of position, and hopefully get to some easier shots.
Another home game tonight against Kiel in the regional final. How challenging is it for yourself and the rest of the coaching staff to game plan for a team that 24 hours ago you didn't even know you'd be playing?
Yeah, for sure. We had a good idea we were probably going to face them, so we started looking at them, a week ago already. So I was watching some game film, but a lot of times it's about us doing what we do well anyways. You know, we don't want to change everything that we do based off of the other team. We make some tweaks and stuff, so that's really what it comes down to. We did a little shoot around today and talked through a few things, and it's really the mental aspect more than anything.
How have the girls taken the short turnaround time as well as the game plan you're trying to implement coming into tonight's matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to play basketball, right? I mean, you get to go do it again tonight, and I think the kids like playing, so this is an exciting time of the year.
Coach, what's the biggest key for your team tonight coming into the contest?
We just got to continue to play defense at a high level. We got to bring energy, we got to bring communication, and we've got to bring a level of defense that they haven't seen a lot this year. Obviously they've played some good teams, but we've got to raise our level of defense to an intensity level that makes them really uncomfortable, and I think that's a key.
What's one thing the girls need to avoid tonight to be successful?
Turnovers, for sure. You can't turn the ball over. You got to give yourself opportunities to shoot the ball. So, we got to take care of the basketball, and then we just have to communicate on defense and really make them take difficult shots. If they can make difficult shots and make enough of them to beat us, then you got to tip your cap.
Laconia girls basketball has built up quite a reputation for being a perennial state championship contender. How do you avoid that reputation getting in the way of taking things one game at a time right now?
Yeah, I think the girls, we talk about it all the time. You got to only worry about the game that's in front of you. Every team at this point of the season is good enough to go knock you off, and you better play good basketball, because if you overlook anybody, then you're probably going home. We've got some good teams out there that are in our sectional, but we won't worry about any of those teams until we get to that point.
Coach, anything else you'd like to add to the pregame show?
No. Thanks a lot.
Of course. All right. This has been the head coach, Chris Morgan of the Laconia Spartans. Pregame coverage continues after this.
Well and Pump has helped communities and industries keep water running with expert well drilling, pump installation, and dependable maintenance. Our experienced team is committed, quality workmanship, and getting the job done right the very first time. When reliable water matters most, trust the name built on honesty, integrity, and experience. Municipal Well and Pump, delivering water you can depend on. Hey, you know what? Tournament season is here right now. If you've got an athlete in the game, you know the drill by now. Practices, late nights, and hungry kids. When it's your turn to host a team dinner, skip the stress. Go Dutch Solutions. They make it easy to feed the whole crew with crowd-pleasing favorites. Ready when you are. Cheer from the stands and let Go Dutch Solutions tackle the food. Visit GoDutchSolutions.com today and book your next catering order.
Tired of pushy sales tactics? Welcome to Schaefer Auto, where they make buying a vehicle simple, safe, and satisfying. You'll find a sweet selection of pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Each is inspected and backed by a warranty option of your choice. Financing isn't a problem. Get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto has the right ride for you. Visit the lot at 404 Shaler Drive in Waupun and online at schaefer-auto.com. Schaefer Auto, no gimmicks, no pressure, no worries.
Less than 5 minutes left before we get underway here in the pit from Rosendale, Wisconsin at Laconia High School. Mackay, Dominic, Jacob, Leah, Caitlin, all over the place tonight in the pit, getting you the best coverage here on Radio Plus and NFHS. Let's take a look at some of the path to state that these two teams have had so far. Kiel has never had a state championship in girls basketball. The last time they were in a regional final, which is what we're playing in tonight, was back in 2022. Now Laconia, on the other hand, kind of tipped on it there in the pregame interview, but they are a perennial state championship contender at this level. Back in 2023 and 2024, they were Division IV state champions. Then in the 2025 season, that just being last year, they were moved up to Division III because of the competitive balance rules here in WIAA. They were semifinalists last year, and they're looking to make another wave back to the Resch Center this upcoming season. Dominic, give me your keys to the game for both the Kiel Raiders tonight and the Laconia Spartans.
Yeah, so as I was doing some research for this game this afternoon, Bound didn't have any stats from last night's games as it was a quick turnaround here to the regional final. So I took it on myself to go just watch the Kiel Raiders game last night, and I want to give a shout out here to the Kiel Raiders radio broadcast. They gave us a shout out last night at the end of the game, so all those Kiels fans that were watching last night on that broadcast now hopping over here to Radio Plus Sports, wanted to give the shout out in return. This team is a very good team. They have that 4 kind of perimeter around the outside, and then they use McDowell in the post to kind of distribute the ball around. Last night it was obviously a really good game from Liz Niles, but expect to see this offense distribute and get the ball into the hands of multiple teams. My keys for them is to kind of get that passing play going. If you can give Laconia, or if you give Laconia some confidence in turnovers or possible steals on the Spartan side of things, they will take advantage. Keys to the Spartans are the exact same thing. Distribute this ball. We know that they have a depth in scoring from their bench. Miley Redmond leads this team in points when Finley Morgan's not on. We've seen Marissa Johnson take over games. Plenty of scoring on this Spartan side of things. So both of my keys for both of these squads is distribute quickly, get those assists up, making sure it's not a one-player game.
Jacob, your thoughts about tonight's contest?
I definitely think that the Kiel Raiders are going to have to step out and guard on the three-point, as Laconia is a really good three-point shooting team, and if Finley Morgan's not hitting him, Marissa can hit him. If Marissa's not hitting, Miley can hit him. If Miley's not hitting, you got plenty of others. You got Kendall Plime and you got Gabby Pino. They can all hit him. It doesn't even stop there. You got all the bench, but you got to fly out on defense. You got to get those stops outside. And you got to be careful on the inside. Laconia's got 2 bigs. Sometimes they'll go a double big set. And you got to guard the inside. You got to win the rebound battle. For Laconia, you got to win that post battle. You got to win the rebounding battle. You got to win all the battles out there. You got to create stops so you can get it. You got to get your shooters open hot and early.
All right, that being said, we have less than 2 minutes here in the pregame shoot-around before we come into this regional final matchup between the Kiel Raiders and the Laconia Spartans. We'll step aside, run a few more ads, and after the national anthem, we'll be back for starting lineups.
And we believe your home should be as comfortable as it is beautiful. From timeless classics to today's latest trends, we carry quality furniture to fit any room that's built to last. With hometown service, affordable prices, and dependable delivery, Warner Harmsen makes loving your space feel easy. Visit WarnerHarmsen.com to view our comfortable, quality, and stylish furniture today.
Looking for a reliable roofing contractor? Witt Services has got you covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repairs to full replacements. Their team is dedicated to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. Plus, they offer free estimates, so you know exactly what to expect. Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, Witt Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Bestcraft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Mart.
We know you put your Kuhn Knight equipment to work, and it may be in need of some extra attention. Make sure to inspect bearings, knives, hammers, and other high-wear parts to keep your machine running at its best. Genuine Kuhn Knight parts, proudly made in the USA, are now available at Gruett's Equipment, your Kuhn Knight dealer in Potter, Eden, Waupun, and Watertown. Invest in quality with original Kuhn Knight parts designed specifically for your machine. Stop in or call your favorite Gruett's Equipment location for more information today.
We make
you feel at home. At home and auto sales. Great selection and a price that's low. You'll find friendly smiles and a warm hello every time. We make you feel at home. At home and auto sales. Every time. We make you feel at home. At home and auto sales.
Home and Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of high school sports.
Joint or spine pain holding you back from the activities you love? Exhausted from relying on pain medications? Dreading the thought of steroid shots or invasive surgery? At New Medical Center, we believe in tapping into your body's own natural healing abilities. Our cutting-edge regenerative treatments use your body's own natural biologics to repair and restore damaged tissues. Visit us online at newmedicalctr.com. That's New Medical Center, 920-324-9899.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
This exciting gameplay is being brought to you by Waupun Utilities, your local electric, water, and wastewater provider. And just like the teams out there, our team works hard every single day to deliver reliable, affordable service to more than 4,400 customers. As your community-owned utility, every single dollar we earn goes back into making Waupun stronger. Waupun Utilities, powering our community with teamwork, pride, and of course, hometown commitment.
Welcome back to the pit here in Rosendale, Wisconsin, where we just had a nice rendition of the national anthem, and it's a packed house.
Sure is. It should be a exciting, loud game here in the pit, one of the best places to watch high school basketball.
Starting lineups first for the Raiders, a freshman, number 2, Kaylee Gutchow. A senior, number 5, Tavi Sager. A senior, number 11, Liz Niles. A senior, number 22, Jada Arns. And a senior, number 34, Maddie McDowell. The Raiders are coached by head coach Jamie Vandermoose. Now the starting lineups for the home team, the Laconia Spartans. A junior, number 1, Finley Morgan. A junior, number 2, Gabby Pino. A senior, number 5, Marissa Johnson. A senior, number 13, Natalie Bianchi. And a sophomore, number 33, Miley Redmond. Spartans coached by Chris Morgan. And this should be a fantastic matchup. The 2 and 3 seeds in this respective bracket. A regional final matchup here in the pit in Rosendale, Wisconsin. And we are just moments away from getting going. I want to thank all of you for joining us here on Radio Plus and NFHS. If you're joining us on YouTube for Radio Plus Video Sports, make sure to leave something down in that YouTube comment section. Where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, your favorite player. The girls love hearing it back and knowing that their friends and family were rooting for them. Jump ball at center court, and we are underway. It is one back to the junior, Finley Morgan, for the Spartans. 36 minutes of regulation basketball to move on to sectionals coming up next week. Swung around back to the logo here for Gabby Pino. Pino back to Morgan deep on the wing. She tries to go down low to Redmond. She does. Back up top now to Morgan. Dish across to Johnson. Early passing coming from Laconia. Something they struggled with last night was getting started early. That 3 from Redmond, no good. Rebound on the ground, still fighting for it. And it's picked up by the Raiders. They try to push it now. Here comes the bounce pass outside. Pump fake. Back up top to McDowell. She drives, dishes. Up top, 3-point coming from Arns, just short into the hands of Natalie Bianchi. Back-to-back triples from each side. Pass intercepted. Good play by Tavi Sager. Trying to come all the way in. Blocked by Redmond, out of bounds. It stays the Raiders' ball.
Great play there by Sager to grab that ball and push the pace, but Redmond denies her on a possible steal and score.
Inbound pass under their own offensive goal. Back up top to Arns. She hands off to Sager. Now Tavi Sager. Back near the logo. Tightly guarded by Pino. Just dished away. Kaylee Gutschow has to find some room. Finds McDowell. Back to Gutschow. Over to Niles. Thought about a three, instead hands it off. Pass down low in the paint. Bianchi knocked it away, and Marissa Johnson comes away with it. A one-on-one break. She goes up strong. A lot of contact. Out of bounds, and it stays with the Spartans. Minute and a half in, yet to get a foul either way. Inbound pass comes up to Johnson. Back to Finley Morgan. Brings it out of the corner. And swung back around. Now Johnson going baseline. Sealed off nicely. Bianchi, Finley Morgan, a deep three. Nearly hit the mark. Fight for the rebound. Miley Redmond down there to Johnson. She got hacked. Spins around. Dish back out to Pino. From behind the arc. There it is. And Gabby Pino starts the scoring off for the Spartans. It's a 3-0 lead 2 minutes in.
There's a lot of contact coming down, a lot of physicality from both of these squads. No fouls let. We'll see if they're letting the girls play early.
Niles tries to answer. Flat shot. Redmond's there for a rebound. Going to see a lot of rebounds, both offensively and defensively, coming from the Spartan side. Finley Morgan, a nice move under the basket. And now it's 5-0 early. A little bit of a press coming out here from Laconia. Nearly 2.5 in, 5-0 lead for the Spartans. Gutschow in some trouble. She finds Niles. Had 30 in the win over Columbus last night. Gutschow, bounce pass down low to McDowell. Trying to find some space. Back outside to Niles. Was her foot on the line? No, it wasn't. She answers with a triple of her own.
Nice job there by the Raiders to finally get a possession with points, able to distribute the ball a little bit, get that three-point shot in the corner.
5-3. Liz Niles finally getting things going for the Raiders. Only needs 9 more of those to tie what she had last night for points-wise. Rebound picked back up by the Raiders. Down by a possession. Have a chance to take the lead. Up top. Triple from the wing. Just goes long. And another rebound for Miley Redmond.
Not a whole lot of whistles in this one. These girls are going to get tired quickly if we have no whistles, no fouls, no out-of-bounds plays in a while.
Over 3 minutes of practically consecutive play. Johnson back out to Redmond, who's got 3 or 4 boards of her own. Now Pino, another one. There it is. Gabby Pino already with 6 points on back-to-back triples.
Talked about that depth scoring from the Spartans. They can get hot from beyond the three-point arc. They are the 4th most in all of Division III in terms of three-point attempts on the season.
Head coach Chris Morgan fired up with Marissa Johnson's defense. And the first substitution of the game is Chelsea Schmidt, the senior, coming off the bench for head coach Jamie Vandermoos and the Kiel Raiders. 8-3, 14-19 left in the first. Good backdoor cut from Niles, just couldn't finish. Rebound taken down by Finley Morgan, and she waits for the pressure to back off. Johnson now on the left wing. Cross-court pass back to Pino. She's been hot from behind the arc. Let's see if she can get it done inside. Pushed out of bounds. The Raiders take over. Nearly 300 computers logged in here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Leave it down in that YouTube comment section. Kendall Plime and Lillian Zimmerman now checking in for Laconia.
Kurt doing what he needs to do down there, saying, let's go Lady Spartans, down in that comment section. I would love to see some more. Doesn't matter who you're watching for either. We appreciate anybody from Kiel tuning in. I know it's going to be a long drive getting here to Rosendale, so I know there's got to be some of you watching out there. Let us know.
McDowell just inside the perimeter. Back up top. Pass into the corner now, and a foul. That's the first one, and coming against Marissa Johnson. And the first one for either team over 4 minutes in. A blocking foul on Marissa Johnson down by the baseline.
Great shot on there down on the court from our portable there, Aaliyah. Aaliyah and Kaylin, you're going to get you some great shots court side here tonight in Rosendale.
Inbound pass, McDowell. Gets it quickly up to Sager. Back to McDowell. Near the baseline, just outside of the paint. Back to Sager now. Good defense from Plime. Sager makes a move, goes up strong. Rebound comes down, still tipped around. Kept alive in the corner. Tip pass goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with Kiel. That was Maddie Taplin getting a hand on it. She's newly checked in for the Spartans. 5-point lead, 13:30 left in the first. Quick pass up to Liz Niles. 3-ball attempt nearly came from Schmidt. Instead, she just hands off. Trouble up top from Niles. Back down to the corner. Cross-court pass to Schmidt. Back up top to Niles. She's sealed off nicely. Now a deep three, contested on the right wing, but it's good.
That was a deep three there from Arns. The one thing I had written down from her and that I heard on the broadcast last night is she loves to hit from beyond the arc. If you give her some space, she will make you pay.
There was not much space for Jada Arns, but you're exactly right, Dom. She made you pay. It's a 2-point game. Just under 13 left in the first half. Swung around to Finley Morgan. Jumper inside. She goes too strong. Rebound comes back down to Laconia, though. Taplin, pass over to Redmond. Back outside to Plime. She'll take a wing three, and she nails it. Kendall Plime's first shot of the night is nothing but nylon. 5-point lead. Back again. Plime coming back to play some tight defense. Looked like a travel there for a moment. No call, though. Like Dominic pointed out, not many whistles in this one. Good closeout. Now Niles with a deep three to answer. It's exactly what she does. 2-point lead once again. It's 11-9.
So far, all 9 from the Raiders coming from that three-point land. I talked about how Laconia loves to shoot the three-pointer, but so far the Raiders, all they've got right now are those triples.
Redmond, good screen set by Taplin. Now she's inside the paint. Jumper off the back of the rim. Zimmerman comes in hard and a jump ball call. Raiders fans wanted a foul, but it's a good play by Lillian Zimmerman to get on in there and get her hands on the basketball. What do you think on the instant replay, Dom?
I don't know. It was kind of hard to see from our vantage point up here. It was a hard-fought play for both those ladies. Hopefully, okay, no bumps and bruises after that one.
Jump ball goes the Raiders' way. Down by a bucket. A couple of behind-the-back dribbles here for Sager. Good screen set by McDowell. Now dish to the corner and out of bounds. It's a turnover.
Nice shot of the Laconia student section there, too. Big crowd coming out here in the pit for regional finals.
The pit is always one of those places that you don't really want to play in. It gets loud and the student section always shows out. Redmond, toss over to Finley Morgan. Now to Gabby Pino, red hot from behind the arc. She brings it inside and right back out. Pino now looking for a pass just inside the half circle. Dish across to Finley Morgan. Redmond now to the corner. Plime's wide open. She goes long on her shot. Rebound into the hand of Niles. Liz Niles brings it down to the far side corner. Sealed off nicely. Bounce pass inside to McDowell. Yet to get on the scoring sheet. She throws a shot up. Niles with the rebound. The putback. It's no good. Looked like it had it for a moment, but the rim wasn't having it. Plime up to Morgan. She'll take a triple. Fight for the rebound. Redmond's in there. Did she step on the line? No. Good footwork there by Miley Redmond. Back to Gabby Pino. A little too deep on the wing to shoot it. Plime moves it around, sends it back to Pino. Screen set by Morgan. She goes the opposite way. Back to Plime. Over to Morgan and out of her hands. Too many passes coming from the Spartans. Looks like we're having a little bit of lag here coming from some of our cameras and our broadcaster. So potentially during the halftime break, we might have to reset. We'll see how things progress from here on out and we'll give you some further updates on how that's going. 11-9 still. We've been stalemated here for a while. McDowell deep on the right wing, guarded by Zimmerman. Good screen set. Now McDowell inside the paint, throws a left-handed layup up, and a late foul coming. Only the second one for the Spartans, and Kiel yet to pick one up. Goes against Finley Morgan, her first. Sends Maddie McDowell, the leading scorer, to the line to shoot two. Her first one is good, and she's finally on the board. A 1-point game here from the pit. Natalie Pianchi checking back in now for Laconia. McDowell on the second one, no good. Rebound picked up by Gabby Pino. 10-10 left in the first, a 1-point lead here for Laconia. Good screen set up top from Johnson. Dish to Plime, all alone. Can't bury it. Rimmed around for a while like a Plinko machine. Quick up on the other end. Kiel, dish back outside. Now Gutschow up top. Down low to McDowell, guarded tightly by Pianki. Cross-court pass. That's Lily Brockway. First time saying her name tonight. Brockway, good cut inside. Right-handed layup off the glass, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. It goes Laconia's way.
Finally slowing down the pace a little bit for both of these squads. We've got a couple more whistles in the last couple minutes here as these offense try to get something going, just not on the breakout.
8.5 minutes in, a 1-point lead for the Spartans. Pianki down low, can't finish, and a late foul. A very, very late foul. That's the first one coming against Kiel nonetheless. It will be 2 for Natalie Pianki to try to extend this 1-point lead.
Looks like everything's working a little bit better on the broadcast side, so let us know if anything's too hard or unwatchable, and we'll have to reset maybe before halftime if we need to, as Pianki hits her first.
Pianki makes the first. Miley Redmond checks back in now. Pianki long on the second. Quick rebound by Gutchow. Excuse me, that's actually Tavi Sager. She hands off. Inside, and that's a foul. It's going to go against Pianki, and Lily Brockway will not head to the line. Yes, she will. Okay, originally it looked like he called it on the ground, but Lily Brockway gets 2.
We had some confusion about that last night, so
Glad
it was clarified early.
Don't get me started on last night's game. A bounce off the back of the rim, and it goes in. Lily Brockway finds her way to the first point. Liz Niles checking back in for Kiel. 12-11, 9:16 left in the first half. And Finley Morgan checks back in. She'll take out Kendall Plime. Second free throw, no good. Marissa Johnson comes down with the board. Brings it down quickly to Pino. Now inside the paint. Redmond nearly lost it. Back up top. Johnson, pump fake, a drive. Floater snatched away. Fantastic block from McDowell. Now Finley Morgan tries to do the same. This one gets over, but can't connect with the hoop. Just to Redmond in the corner.
Play.
Yes. Been a very physical game, but the officials letting him go. Johnson on the near-sided wing. Redmond in the corner, back out top. Pino to Johnson, pump fake, a drive, pass, and a travel. She couldn't decide what she wanted to do. Thought she was going to pass it, then thought she was going to take the shot, wanted to turn back around. And when there's that many options, sometimes it's not the best thing.
A lot of people coming into that chat section now. Mark Thompson saying, let's go Lady Spartans from, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that Arizona town name, but thank you for watching from Arizona. Drew, myself, and Coach Buss are watching from Appleton. Go Kiel Raiders. And then Go Kiel from North Carolina in the chat.
All right. Got a couple of different states in there. Let's see how many we can get. A 1-point game, 8 minutes left in the first. Dish to Johnson, pump fake, step back 3. It's too short. Finley Morgan with a nice rebound. She goes up strong, gets the foul, but can't get the bucket to go afterwards. She will head to the line and shoot 2 for the Spartans. Again, thank you for your participation out there in that YouTube comment section. Finley Morgan good on her first. She shoots 72% from that free throw line. You don't expect her to miss too many. And Maddie Taplin checking back in now for Laconia.
Trying to get those bench players moving here in this first half. That has been a lot of action both ways.
Morgan good on both, extends the lead to 3. Still a 1-possession game here for Kiel, but they have yet to lead in this one. Quick up to Gutchow. She turns around. Lost her dribble. Now a pass inside. Outside, McDowell thought about a 3, instead goes baseline. Tiptoeing that line. Back behind the perimeter. Cross-court pass. Back up top. Gutchow drives. Throws a shot up. Doesn't hit anything. And falls into the hands of Miley Redmond. Quick up to Finley Morgan. Wide open baseline. Move back off the glass. In and out. Rolled around the rim for a while. And they're going to say, with possession of the ball, did Kiel, that they stepped out of bounds, and it stays with Laconia. Thought they were going to call a jump ball possibly. It didn't look like Kiel necessarily had full possession.
Yeah, that one looked more like a jump ball than we saw before from that Lillian Zimmerman play.
Either way, it stays with the Spartans. Up by 3. Quick pass to Maddie Taplin at the elbow. Dish back outside to Finley Morgan. Now in the corner for Plime. Takes her space on the baseline. Back outside. Maddie Taplin from deep. Couple of bounces off the iron into the hands of Kaylee Gutchow, the freshman who averages just over 5 points per game. Doesn't have any on the night just yet. Outside, Niles from deep. There it is! Liz Niles led this team to a fantastic victory last night, and she continues.
She's got 9 early.
9 points for her and ties the game at 14. The first time it's been tied, 14. The first time it's been tied since nothing. Taplin trying to answer. She does! Maddie Taplin just missed in that same spot a couple of moments ago, but she comes back and answers and the lead back to 3. Gutchow nearly sealed off by Taplin. Over to Brockway. Couple of dribbles inside the paint, dish back outside to Niles. She's hit 3 times from behind the arc. Down low, high arcing pass out to Niles. She takes space. Inside, goes up strong, a lot of contact. And it's out of bounds. It goes Laconia's way, up by 3. A lot of contact, a physical game, very aggressive on both ends, and the officials just keeping the whistles in the pocket tonight.
Yeah, in a close game here, they're deciding to let the ladies play. As long as it's both ways, I'm perfectly fine with that decision.
Good screen set by Taplin. Up top to Redmond now. Wing 3, just long. Rebound fought for. That should stay with the Spartans. It does. Just tipped out of bounds by McDowell. And with just under 6 left to play in the first half, Laconia's got a 3-point lead and possession. Lillian Zimmerman checks back in for Natalie Pianchi. Played very physical down in the paint. Ball tipped away, a fight for it now. A breakaway coming from McDowell. She's all alone, right-handed layup, and you don't miss the money too often. Kiel brings it back within 1.
The leading scorer now on the board for the Raiders. McDowell with a steal and score.
17-16. 5.5 left in the first half. Taplin, she made it before. She makes it again. Maddie Taplin, back-to-back threes from the same spot, and the lead grows to 4.
Can't let Maddie Taplin all alone in the corner. They're figuring out here early for Kiel.
Pass inside, fight for it on the ground. Did we get the timeout or a jump ball? Refs to put up a signal. There it is. It's a jump ball. And it goes Laconia's way. Already up by 4, and now another possession. A timeout coming from the Raiders. We'll take it with them. Be back in a minute.
Every system, from rotary parlors to robotic equipment, they'll deliver chemicals, dips, and supplies right to your farm. Rediker Dairy has an electrical department that offers residential, commercial, and industrial services. Good luck from Rediker Dairy Equipment in Brandon.
Hey, you know what? Tournament season is here right now. If you've got an athlete in the game, you know the drill by now. Practices, late nights, and hungry kids. When it's your turn to host a team dinner, skip the stress. Go Dutch Solutions. They make it easy to feed the whole crew with crowd-pleasing favorites. Ready when you are. Cheer from the stands and let Go Dutch Solutions tackle the food. Visit GoDutchSolutions.com today and book your next catering order.
Happy fall, y'all. Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Fall is a time for a whole home duct and dryer vent clean. Here's what I mean. Things off kilter? Might need a new furnace cleaning and a filter. Dust and dander? We'll take a gander. We are your home for the Coleman Equipment brand. Call 920-763-2301 or log on to allphasecomforts.com, providing your comfort zone for all seasons.
Hey, it's Bucky. Give us a call, and we'll clean your ducky.
We appreciate all of you joining us out there, but we do apologize for the lag. Looks like we're having some problems with our internet, so during the halftime break, we will most likely reset our computer. You might get a blank screen or a spinning wheel for a little while during halftime, but trust me, we will be back for the second half up and running, so don't go anywhere. Don't turn the stream off. It'll be a temporary fix. It shouldn't take too long. Now Finley Morgan shot blocked by Brockway. And a tip out of bounds. Kiel coming out of the full timeout. Little reinvigorated action.
Huge block there from Brockway, and then just discombobulated offense, throws it into the corner and out of bounds.
5 minutes left in the first. A 4-point lead here for the Spartans. Full court press coming back out. Got to get it in. Niles finds Sager. Back up top to Gutchow. She'll bring it across against Maddie Taplin. Taplin playing some tight defense. Gutchow now looking for a pass, nearly tipped away. Sager comes down with it, and a reach-in foul coming on one of the Spartans. There were 2 in the area. It goes against Kendall Plime, only her first. Pino and Johnson checking back in for Laconia. Still up by 4, but Kiel's got a chance to bring it back within a possession here. Inbound coming from Sager. Up top to Brockway. Just had a fantastic block the other way. Brockway hands off to Niles. She hands off to Gutchow. Down low for McDowell. Trying to find some space around Zimmerman. Good defense, keeping her up though. And they're going to call a foul. No, a travel. Thought that was the right call. Lillian Zimmerman had her blocked off the entire way.
Just kind of dragged the pivot foot there for the travel.
That's exactly what it was. Good defense from the Spartans, forces a turnover. Screen set from Johnson, looking for the pick and roll instead. Finley Morgan just brings it all the way around. Now Johnson. Thought about dishing down to the corner, instead goes to Pino. Ball's lost in translation, and a turnover coming the other way. Sager moves in, sealed off nicely. Back outside. Bounce pass to Niles, taken away by Finley Morgan. She comes up, left-handed layup. No, she goes with the right hand through the contact and extends the lead to 6, the largest of the night so far for the Spartans. Under 4 minutes now left in the first half. Laconia wants to go into that locker room with a sizable lead. McDowell a couple of feet off the elbow. She makes some space inside, gets fouled, and she will head to the line her second trip today. Went 50% her first time. She's got 3 points on the night. Looking to make it a little closer. It's Lillian Zimmerman's first. 5 team fouls now for Laconia, but each of those coming on 5 different players. McDowell was good on the first. Couldn't make the second. Same thing that happened in her first time out. 50% she stays on the day, 2 for 4. Rebound was tip-tapped out of bounds, and the Spartans take over up by 5. 3:33 left on the clock. It's the junior guard, Finley Morgan, to bring it across. She finds Gabby Pino inside and outside. Morgan, dish out to Johnson. It's tipped away. She finds it anyway. Now good defense coming from Sager, but jumped it too far. Johnson outside to Zimmerman. Sager, another tip pass. Tavi Sager has been all over it. Finley Morgan finds some space, goes up strong, gets the bounce in. Lead goes up to 7. A quick up the other way now for Kiel. Back to the right wing. Schmidt down low to McDowell. Trying to find some space, working around Taplin. To the corner, there's Niles. She goes long. Looked like a pass to Marissa Johnson. Johnson, bounce pass inside, deflected away, taken right back out by Pino. Screen set from Zimmerman. Little floater shot off the back of the iron. And Liz Niles takes it down for Kiel, looking to slow it down. 2.5 left in the first half. Dish to the corner. Now down low to McDowell. Been very quiet. She's been stifled by both Zimmerman and Pianki down inside the paint tonight. Niles from the corner. Just short on this 3 ball. Already a 7-point lead for Laconia. They're trying to push it. Johnson inside, goes up strong, the underhand layup, no good. Schmidt just brings it across. Sager to the near side, back to Schmidt, all alone, up top. Can't get it to go. McDowell with an easy rebound, sent back up, and Marissa Johnson with another board. Quick up to Finley Morgan. Little Euro step inside the paint, blocked away, rebound coming down into the hands of Maddie McDowell. 1.5 minutes left in the first half. 3 ball from the right side. And right now, Kiel cannot hit any of their shots. A timeout coming from the Spartans. We'll take it with them. Be back after this on Radio Plus and NFHS.
Maintains every system, from rotary parlors to robotic equipment. They'll deliver chemicals, dips, and supplies right to your farm. Rediker Dairy has an electrical department that offers residential, commercial, and industrial services. Good luck from Rediker Dairy Equipment in Brandon.
Captain Jeremy Brenner says, let's have some fun with Angling Only Guide Service. They're the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter service out of Sheboygan. They're hitting the open water June through Labor Day next year. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. Only $600 weekends and $500 weekdays for up to 6 people. Hey, you're gonna catch fish, no doubt about it. Mention this ad during our high school sports broadcast and save $100. Email them today at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com.
1:24 left in the first half. A cushy 7-point lead here for the home team, the Laconia Spartans. Miley Redmond uses her screen. Dish off to Finley Morgan, a deep three. Rimmed around for a while, but sent back out and picked up by the Raiders. Quick up to the corner. They'll try to answer. Just kidding. Pass up to Smith. And it rolls out of bounds. The Raiders just cannot get anything going. Pretty sloppy offensively these last 5 or so minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, and we appreciate you sticking with us. We are going to reset at halftime, so we'll be out for a max minute and a half, 2 minutes during that 10-minute halftime there, so make sure not to click off the video. We will be back up and running, but we're going to try to reset our things and see if things will be less laggy, because from what I'm seeing on our broadcast, we are lagging quite a bit.
Climb, down low to Redmond, inside 50 seconds, back up top to Morgan. Stutter step, now a floater inside and a late foul. Finley Morgan will get a chance to shoot 2.
Number 11, Liz Niles, second personal, 13.
First one, couldn't get in. So Morgan will try to shoot her second. Looking to go 50% from this trip after missing the first.
That's exactly what she does. Grows the lead to 8. It continues to be the largest of their night. 40 seconds left in the first half, and Kiel has not scored offensively in a long time. Nearly forced another turnover there. Schmidt on the wing. Pass down to the corner. Now up top. Brockway gets fouled and one from, no! An offensive called on the other end.
Wait. I think you just said the basket counts, but then there's an offensive foul on the possible rebound. So they're going to count the shot.
Wow. Okay.
However, there was an offensive foul that happened as the shot was going in.
All right. So Lily Brockway getting something finally going for the Raiders, then an offensive foul. But either way, it's a 5-point lead with 15 seconds left. The Spartans looking to take the last shot here in half number 1 of this regional final from the pit. 6 seconds left on the clock. Marissa Johnson moves in. Stutter step around her defender, and there it is. That will do it for the first half of action. 27-20. The Spartans go in with a 7-point lead. We'll step aside, but like I said, we are going to try to reset everything here from our broadcaster, so the stream might go with a spinning wheel or a blank screen for a couple of minutes, but we will be back in just a few minutes. Do not...
And reliable service. Contact Coal Oil and Propane for all your fuel and lubricant needs. Trust Coal Oil and Propane.
This winter, it's Generation Lanes in El Dorado, where you can join one of their adult or kids' leagues. Hey, why not get a group together for a family or maybe a corporate bowling event? Oh, by the way, don't forget to ask about their monthly Friday night tournaments. Wait, I know. Talk to Jeremy. That's right, talk to Jeremy and his staff about catering your next event, whatever it is. Generation Lanes with daily food specials and, of course, their Fish Fry Fridays. They're open daily at 11 and the kitchen is open late. Generation Lanes, home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of student athletes. We know you put your Coon Night equipment to work, and it may be in need of some extra attention. Make sure to inspect bearings, knives, hammers, and other high-wear parts to keep your machine running at its best. Genuine Coon Night parts, proudly made in the USA, are now available at Gruett's Equipment, your Coon Night dealer in Potter, Eden, Waupun, and Watertown. Invest in quality with original Coon Night parts designed specifically for your machine. Stop in or call your favorite Gruett's Equipment location for more information today.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Market and Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Rediscover the hometown.
Let's fix that camera. But while we do that, welcome back to the pit here in Rosendale, Wisconsin. We apologize for some of our internet issues that we are having. Not exactly sure why. It's a packed house, and when there's that much internet activity going on around the area, sometimes the computer can't handle it, but we appreciate you sticking with us through all of it. We know it's tough, and we know it's not necessarily the most pleasurable viewing experience, but again, we're glad you're here for the ride. 5.5 minutes left in halftime, a 7-point lead going into the locker room for the Spartans. What was kind of a slow starting game for both of these two teams, but the Spartans able to pull away at the end there. Dominic, what do you got for stats from that first half of action?
Yeah, absolutely. Only a 7-point game here for stats. I'll start with the Raiders side of things. 9 points from their leading scorer tonight, Liz Niles, all from the triple. Jada Arntz has a 3 as well. Brockway with a 3 and a made free throw to give her 4. And Maddie McDole also with 4 and a pair of free throws. Then to the Laconia side, currently leading here at half. They're letting scoring by the junior Finley Morgan. 6 points from the court, 3 from the stripe, so gives her a total of 9 in that first half. Pino with a pair of triples, Taplin with a pair of triples, Plime with a 3, Marissa Johnson with a 2, and Pianki went 1 for 1 at the free throw line.
Yeah, as far as the Raiders go, I don't know what happens to Liz Niles when it hits playoff time, but she must be an absolute playoff phenom. She averages 10.5 throughout the entire regular season, drops 30 against Columbus last night, and already has 9 in this first half, 3 triples for her. But that's the way it's going for both of these teams right now. Everybody's hitting from behind the arc. Not a lot of inside play, but it's been matched up very well. Pianki and Zimmerman have done a fantastic job shutting down the bigs from Kiel, and you could really say the same on the opposite. You see a lot of drives and dishes out right now coming from the likes of Finley Morgan or Gabby Pino when they usually like to shoot inside, a couple of floaters, but McDole has had a couple of nice blocks, and the inside the inside interior defense has been really nice for them as well. Dominic, what were your initial thoughts besides stats-wise from that first half?
Yeah, it started off slow for both these offenses. Neither of them could really find a rhythm, but as they got going, the shots started to hit. And as you talked about as well, those shots are coming from the perimeter tonight. A lot of perimeter play from both of these squads, a lot of three-point shots going up, a lot of three-point shots going in. I'm excited for what the second half brings here, and I'm excited for one of these teams to kind of get back into this. I'm ready for Kiel to kind of make this a close game again, and should be going down to the wire here for the regional final.
Jacob, what do you think head coach Chris Morgan is talking to his girls about right now in that locker room?
I think he's telling his girls that if they're on the outside and they get an open look, shoot it. He yelled a couple times to Miley and Gabby is shoot it. You're open, shoot it. He's not going to get mad if you're shooting open shots. If you're contested, that's a different story. You got to fly out on the defense. You can't let Niles get any more threes. She's already got 3 of them so far. You got to stop those as well.
Yeah, I mean, and the way Laconia's been shooting, even if you are a little contested, maybe hand in the face action, he still might want you to shoot it. They've been pretty good from behind the arc. A 7-point lead for them at half. We will step aside, run a few ads, and when we come back, second half action here from the pit in this regional finals matchup.
Lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamera. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamera, where the tracks cross Maine, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Are you looking for a calmer grooming experience your dog's absolutely gonna love? Come to Muddy Paws in Rosendale, a quiet, peaceful environment, one-on-one grooming, clean and sanitized shop, and a friendly, patient grooming experience. Muddy Paws, where every dog also receives a free blueberry facial, seasonal cologne, seasonal bandana, and a themed photo posted to the page. Muddy Paws at the corner of Highways 23 and 26, Rosendale in the old Subway building. Best of luck, Laconia, in your game today.
Welcome back to this production on Radio Plus Video Sports and NFHS. Mackay, Dominic, Jacob, Caitlin, and Aaliyah all here in the pit in Laconia, or excuse me, in Rosendale, Wisconsin at Laconia High School is better. A 7-point lead coming into the second half here for the Spartans, who won their game by 16 last night against the Warriors. A little bit of a rivalry matchup. It's not too far down the road, but now Kiel coming in, who took a 12-point victory last night against Columbus, has got some work to do here in the second half. They start with possession. Again, we want to thank you for sticking with us even through our internet issues here. We know the quality of our camera shots tonight might not look the best. We know you might get a little lag here and there, and we apologize. There's not much we can do, but we are trying our best. I want you to know that, and we still are very thankful that you're sticking with us even through it. Coming out strong here. Pass inside, rolled around the rim, and Tavi Sager getting on the board early.
Yeah, her first points of the night, too, put the Raiders with a quick 2 in the second half.
The senior averages just under 10 a game. That's her first scoring of the night. Redmond outside the perimeter, back up to Finley Morgan. Cross-court pass to Johnson, up to Gabby Pino, has the space. Didn't want to take it, though. Instead, she goes inside, and she will take the floater off the high elbow.
I guess she'll take that as well, but, man, she had a lot of space there at 3. They were giving her a look there in that zone defense.
Lead goes back up to 7. Pino back defensively now. Good pass. McDowell inside, finds through some traffic, but couldn't get it to go off the glass. A minute in, stays a 7-point lead here for Laconia. Pianki sets a screen, moves back. Instead, they dish to Redmond. Jumper just outside the paint, tipped around, taken down by McDowell. She missed her last layup, and it's one she wanted back. Up top to Niles now, all alone for a moment. Instead, takes a step in, pops the jumper, and brings the lead back down to 5.
Sometimes when those three-point looks aren't going for you, you just step inside, make a jumper. That's what Finley Morgan has talked about this season, is when she's not getting them from 3, she'll just step in a couple feet and start hitting it from there.
And once you start hitting from there, you can pretty much hit from anywhere. Pino, cross-court pass to Johnson. She'll take a deep 3. Bianchi's there for a rebound. Second chance points are good. It looked like the Raiders didn't want to play any defense. Didn't fight for the rebound, and Natalie Bianchi has an easy 2. Lead hovering around that 7-point mark this entire second half. Nearly 2 minutes in now. McDowell deep in the far side corner. Pass down low, swatted away by Bianchi. Picked back up, no problem by Arns. Now it's tipped away by Johnson, a fight for it. It's a clean tip and a jump ball coming. Fantastic defense from Marissa Johnson. The senior has played it well all night long.
She absolutely has. Hustle play there on that offensive board. Spartans will take over.
Inbound pass to the backcourt for Miley Redmond. Lead up to 7, and they want to extend as high as they can get it. Johnson pump fakes, now moves inside, baseline, back to Redmond in the middle, and an easy one for 2 more points, the lead up to 9. 15 and a half left in the second half, and Kiel's got to kick it into high gear. haven't scored very often, and another turnover coming from their leading scorer. Liz Niles took too many steps.
That was Miley Redmond's first points of this game as well, so some heavy scorers from both of these squads finally getting into the action as we start the second half.
Yeah, Redmond also a catalyst in last night's contest. She had double-digit points. A deep three from Finley Morgan. Doesn't find its mark. Baseball pass coming up to McDowell. She has to slow things down. Good closeout from the Spartans. Now a deep three. Sager couldn't get it to go. She was about 5 feet behind the perimeter. And not a surprise she came up short. Morgan goes inside, a lot of contact, and an extremely late foul call. It's kind of been that way all night. The refs, I don't know if they're just not used to calling the whistles tonight. There hasn't been too many fouls, so when one actually happens, it takes them a while to get the whistle out there. Finley Morgan good on her first, and just like that, it is a double-digit lead for the Spartans early in this second half. Three substitutes coming in here for Laconia. The second free throw from Morgan is good. And an 11-point lead now. Sager to bring it across. Tabby Sager cut off by Kendall Plein, the newly checked in. And she plays good defense. Swats it out of bounds. It'll be Sager to inbound. Quick into Gutchow. Back to Sager. Spun around behind the perimeter. Now to the corner. A move inside. Gutchow underneath everybody. Throws a shot up. No good. McDowell, the second chance attempt. She can't hit either. Plein sealed off. Finley Morgan, another deep three. There it is. Finley Morgan from 3 feet behind the arc extends the lead to 14, and a timeout from the Raiders. We'll take it with them. 14-point lead for the Spartans.
Might just stay here with you. Our broadcast not letting me click the button with all of this connectivity issues, so still on the broadcast here for the timeout here. So far, much more fast-paced second half.
Welcome back again. We apologize. We're really having some issues with the internet here.
Might just have to stick it with us for the second part of the second half. We apologize to our sponsors. They've been so amazing to us all season. But I would hate for you to miss action of the game just because everything's not working on our end. I'm not sure what's going on. I never had this problem here in the pit.
It is a packed house.
Just so happens to be busiest game of the season, and that's when we have the issues.
Three coming from Gutchow. She was trying to cut the lead. Instead, Miley Redmond picks up another rebound and a quick up to Maddie Taplin, who's been hot from behind the arc. Swatted away out of bounds. It goes Kiel's way.
Yeah, it sure looked like that one just rolled off of Taplin.
14 minutes on the dot left in this second half. A 14-point lead for the Spartans. And they bring out the press once again. Some tic-tac-toe passing to get it in. And Kaylee Gutchow sealed off now in the corner. Pass back up top to Maddie McDowell. Down low to Niles. She moves in. Off the glass. There it is. Kiel has really struggled scoring offensively in this second half. But the easy layup coming from Liz Niles possibly can fire them up. Lead down to 12. 13 and a half left to go. Finley Morgan gets a screen set by Zimmerman. Now Redmond. Dish outside to Taplin. And that's an offensive foul called against Lillian Zimmerman. Tried to set the screen for Taplin. And I don't know if they said she was moving. Head coach Chris Morgan not too happy with the call. I didn't think there was much there either. But either way, Zimmerman picks up another. And that's the second team foul in this second half for Laconia. 12-point deficit. Niles nearly gets it poked away. Now she straddles that half-court line. Looking for a pass. Somebody's got to help her out. She finds Gutchow. Bounce pass all the way behind the arc. Still lost between the legs. Tight defense, and finally the jump ball call. Laconia smothered the Raiders that possession.
Yeah, that was a defensive possession that Laconia could look at again. Just an absolutely discombobulated offense for the Raiders. But they will remain possession on the jump ball.
12-point lead. Like Dom said, Kiel still got possession. Gutschau up top. Cross-court pass to Schmidt. To Niles. Tightly guarded by Finley Morgan. Niles picked up her dribble looking for a pass. Finds Schmidt deep on the left wing. Moves it back to the other side. Bounce pass, backdoor cut. Niles off the glass. It rolls in. And Liz Niles has the last 4 now for Kiel. Should be up to 13 if my math is correct.
Scoreboard says 15.
Oh, maybe I missed one early from her. Either way, she is the leading scorer tonight for Kiel, and they need a lot more of her. Screen set by Zimmerman. Redmond moves around. Back up top to Morgan. Into the corner for Maddie Taplin, who's had some success deep in the corner from behind the arc. Backdoor cut wasn't there. Forced back around the perimeter. Now a half circle jumper in and out. Rebound, and that should be a foul coming against Miley Redmond. It is. Displacement foul, that's what they call that now?
Yeah, it is no longer over the back. They now call it displacement in the logic of books of rules for basketball this year.
That was the Jacob Haney who explained that to me earlier in the season, that it's no longer a loose ball foul. It's displacement. Third team for Laconia in the second half. 12:06 left on the scoreboard and a 10-point lead, but Kiel's got the ball and a little momentum going their way. Got to break the press and get it across half court in the next 10 seconds. Gutschau comes to the near side. Taplin playing tight up on her. Bounce pass, tip-tapped outside. Pianki's able to pick it up. Slows it down, looks for a pass, finds Finley Morgan. Wide open baseline, goes in through the contact, can't get it to go. Second chance points on the right side, there it is. Lead back up to 12 now. 40-28. McDowell fakes the handoff. Instead gives it out to Gutschau inside the paint. Bounce pass back to McDowell, worked on by Pianki. Couple of spins around the pivot foot and a foul called on Natalie Pianki. That'll be the team's 4th.
Well, the good news is it looks like everything camera-wise is working better, but my broadcast system will not let me switch between any of the scenes. So our instant replay and possibly ads are currently disabled on our function, but you should be able to see the game clearly, and hopefully the audio and everything is fine for you. We appreciate you sticking with us through all of this as Kiel's distributing the ball around.
Yeah, make sure to leave something down in that YouTube comment section to how you're enjoying the game. Again, leave something about the players or how you're feeling about the game, but as well as how the broadcast is looking. If there are any issues that we haven't mentioned yet or that are still prevalent, please let us know down in that YouTube comment section. That's what it's for. And now Laconia picks up their 5th team foul, but we've possibly got a bad injury down there.
Yeah, hopefully she's okay. She landed right on the ball.
She looks to be okay.
That's McDowell.
I think she just got the wind knocked out of her, and Maddie McDowell gets up. She'll be subbed out for a moment, but she gets off the court on her own accord. I think it was just getting the wind knocked out.
She landed right on the basketball, right on her side. It definitely doesn't feel good.
No.
But some of them just take a breather on the bench and hopefully back in shortly. Oops.
She will take a seat, take a couple of sips of water as Kiel faces down this 12-point deficit. Inside the 11-minute mark now. Cross-court pass. Brockway from deep. We're back to single digits. That's the second triple of Lily Brockway's night.
First one of the second half here. First points from Brockway to make it a 9-point game.
Johnson, near side wing. Moves inside the paint, dish outside. Maddie Taplin tries to answer. She does!
It feels like every time that the Kiel Raiders are able to get a huge momentum swing, a three-pointer, there is somebody on the Spartans that are just going to take a quick shot and answer right back.
It's exactly how it's felt. Dish outside to Brockway. Back to Schmidt. Pump fake. Lost her defender. Drives inside. Ball was loose and out of bounds. It's going to stay Kiel's way.
Natalie Pianki there setting an amazing block down low. Stopped Schmidt from getting past her, and the ball was loose. It happened to touch a Spartan on its way past the baseline.
It's good news for the Raiders. Maddie McDowell checks back in. That's what we kind of figured. Didn't look too serious. Just couldn't breathe for a second. Had to head to the bench, but she seems to be okay, and she checks back in, down by 12. They come right up to her. Natalie Pianki up on her tight. Niles sets a screen. Pass back. It's out of bounds. Last touched by Kiel. It goes Laconia's way. And that's how this whole entire second half has went Laconia's way.
Yeah, absolutely. They've played really good in these first 8 minutes of the second half to really push this lead out to where it stands at 12. I know it was a 7-point lead at halftime, but it really didn't feel like that. Both of those squads were back and forth, and now Laconia is starting to pull away here with 10 to go.
Redmond on the wing, back up top to Pianki. Swung all the way across for Taplin. Pianki comes and backs off her defender. Pino had some separation, instead dribbles it away and tossed around. Now Redmond from behind the arc. She figures if everybody else is hitting, why not give it a try? Taplin with an offensive rebound. Down low, Johnson tries to spin. Fight forward on the ground, back outside to Taplin. Laconia has done a nice job of keeping the ball in their hands and getting out of harm's way. Redmond goes baseline all alone, off the glass, add 2 more. And the lead back up to 14. Home run pass down to the other end for Schmidt. Chelsea Schmidt, bounce pass down low to McDole, guarded tightly by Pianki. McDole tosses a shot up, and it rolls its way in off the iron.
That is what the Raiders need to do now in the second half to try to get back into this one. Use that post player in McDole, get those passes into him. We're going to get a timeout here from Coach Chris Morgan of the Spartans. We're going to stick right here with us. What are you seeing out there, Jacob?
Definitely more physical this second half, and I think the Spartans came out at halftime and they needed to go on a little bit of run. It's all about a game of runs, and they went on their own run, and Kiel's back on their run a little bit, and it's going to be who can finish on the biggest run last.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, 9 minutes left here. Kiel's got some work to do. They put one in there from McDole, but Laconia still up by 12, and they have possession once again to continue to extend. It's been the entire theme of this second half. They went into the break during halftime up by 7. They have done everything right in the second half, and it's something Laconia has kind of done all season long. They get that slow start. We saw it last night against Waupun, and then you get a break at halftime. If you're the other team, you're feeling good. You're like, hey, you're still in this one, and Laconia comes out, and they smother you on defense, which is exactly what we've seen, and they're able to score the other end, and it's just not a great combo for whoever they're playing. Inbound pass goes to the corner. Redmond brings it out back up top to Pianki. Touchdown the Spartan logo. Now Johnson. Little lob pass. Back out to Pino. Cross court. A lot of passing early. Redmond takes her space. Gets blocked down low by Niles. Redmond, though, as she does, picks up an offensive board. Now Finley Morgan moves in. Euro step around. And the foul coming afterwards.
Definitely seeing this Kiel Raiders team come out of that timeout, and they're trapping more. And that's something you got to be careful with. Laconia's way to move the ball really well is going to eventually may throw you off and burn a lot of energy.
First free throw coming from Finley Morgan is good. The junior averages over 20.5 per game, had 17 in last night's contest. And with that second free throw, she's up to 15. Laconia not backing off the press either. And it forces a turnover. They couldn't get the ball in time. I thought they had called a timeout, but no, even worse. A turnover. Laconia up by 14 and all the momentum their way. Back to Morgan in the corner. Brought back inside the half circle. Now to Johnson. Looks for Pianki down low. She finds her. Cross-court pass. Morgan sealed off on the baseline, back outside. Sets a screen for Redmond. Jumper inside the perimeter. There it is. And the lead continues to grow up to 16 now for the Spartans. A fantastic second half. They have outscored the Kiel Raiders in this second half by 9 points.
Yeah, 22-13 for the Spartans in the second half. Wide open three-point shot can't go for Schmidt.
Redmond with a full head of steam. She slows it down near the wing. Over to Johnson. Little stutter step, then a move inside. A lot of contact goes up, fighting for the rebound. And Brockway comes down with it, and then a foul afterwards. It's going to go against Marissa Johnson.
Foul on number 5, Marissa Johnson, second personal, 16.
Inbound play now for the Raiders. The Gutschau to try to beat it back in.
They need a bucket in the worst way, down by 16, and they're running out of time. 7.5 left in the second half. Ball nearly tipped away. They got it across half court. They finally do just in time. Chelsea Schmidt brings it across, but Lillian Zimmerman swats it away. Poked away out of her hands from behind, but Lillian Zimmerman, a fantastic defensive effort, and the ball goes back to Laconia, still up by 16. Quick inbound pass to Redmond. She takes her space, finds Pino now. Dish to the corner, back down low to Redmond near the baseline. Good defense coming in from Schmidt. Ooh, and they call a foul. Thought they could have got a jump ball. Instead, I believe Tavi Sager is going to pick up another personal.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to be maybe jump ball or maybe out of bounds. I didn't think a foul was coming.
It wasn't out of bounds, no foul.
I was going to say, they didn't end up calling the foul.
Oh, okay.
The way he looked for a second, I'm not really sure how you can call that an out of bounds, though, when both girls have their hands on the ball. Neither of them had possession. You can't really call it an out of bounds and be more of a jump ball, but that's the way the officials went. We're going to stick right here during this timeout break because, again, having some problems with our software, but the camera shot's looking fantastic. Get a look down in that Laconia Spartans huddle. Head coach Chris Morgan's team currently up by 16 in this regional finals matchup. We want to thank all 430 computers logged in here on Radio Plus. And, of course, the other ones joining us on NFHS. So we appreciate all of your patronage and want to send a special thank you to all of you for sticking around even through some of these technical difficulties and internet issues we've had here from the pit.
Yeah, trust me. I tried to figure out at halftime, just couldn't get it to go. And now I thought everything was up and moving, and now all of a sudden I think I did more damage with the reset at halftime. Now XSplits froze, but we thank you for sticking with us. I've heard audio is perfect and fine throughout it, so hopefully you can hear the call and camera's as good as we can get it. Wow, a physical play there at half court.
Yeah, long ball pass. Headed right back to the Spartans. Redmond up to Pino. Zimmerman sets a screen. Pino goes the other way, puts a floater up, and gets the bounce off the rim. Lead grows to 18, and the press is not going away anytime soon.
Double digits for Gabby Pino.
If things stay this way, Gabby Pino definitely a likely interview candidate. Played a nice game so far tonight for Laconia. The Raiders need to get something going. Down low, an aggressive play out to Schmidt. Wide open from three, can't get it. Rebound inside, the foul. The basket won't count, but it will be 2 shots coming from Kaylee Gutschau.
Mark Thompson down there saying, keep the pressure on, Lady Spartans.
Oh.
Hoping for a hold on here with a 19-point lead, 6.5 to go.
Mark, that's exactly what they've done. Even up by 18, now make it 17 after the first free throw from Gutschau. They have stayed in that full court press this entire second half, and that's what they do. They smother you in the press, and when you finally think you're in a good headspace coming across half court, they play fantastic defense, and they close out hard. 50% that trip for Gutschau, cuts the lead to 17. Redmond moves inside, looking for a pass back to Zimmerman, all alone up top. Now to Finley Morgan. Plime. Dished around all the way around the perimeter. Back to Plime in the corner. Up top to Zimmerman. Swung the other way now. Under 6 minutes left. Finley Morgan moves inside through the contact. Can't get it to fall. Lillian Zimmerman fights for a rebound. Second chance points, no good. Still loose. There's Kendall Plime picking up one.
I said in pregame, this team is tenacious on rebounds. That's 68 rebounds a game. Doesn't seem likely as Redmond shoots a three. She's good.
Miley Redmond from the corner. And it is a 20-point lead now for the Spartans at home. They have run away with things here in the second half, outscoring the Raiders by 13. It's exactly what we saw in last night's contest against Waupun. They went into the break last night only up by 4, ended up winning by 16. And tonight, they have been dominant. There's Liz Niles trying to get it back going here for the Raiders, but a lot of work to do, just eclipsing that 5-minute mark. an 18-point comfortable lead here for the Spartans. And they're just going to take their time. No need to force anything on their offensive possessions. Pass inside to Pino, just inside the paint. Tiptoed the free throw line. Dish back outside. Plime thought about the three, instead wisely holds it. A long possession from Laconia, taking over 30 seconds off the clock.
And as I'm checking here on Huddle, 71-23, the Oostburg Flying Dutchmen are up. So the winner of this game will play in the sectional semifinal against, most likely, the Oostburg Flying Dutchmen.
And the way it's going, it looks like it will be Laconia at Oostburg. Still 4:18.
It'll be a neutral location.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we moved to sectional semifinals. My apologies. A neutral site location. Good shout. Either way, it looks like it's going to be those two teams, as Laconia is up by 18 and has held the ball for the last minute plus. Just continue to pass around, and the Raiders have to play tighter defense and force a turnover here. They're down by 18. They don't have a lot of time anyway. And yet, the Spartans doing what they need to do. Marissa Johnson blocked off hard, and they're going to call an offensive foul on that.
Hopefully she's okay.
McDole went hard, and she already went down hard, fell on the ball, got the wind knocked out of her. Now took a knee, it looks like, to the stomach region.
Ooh.
And once again, she is down on the court gasping for air.
Tough game for her in terms of getting the wind knocked out of her. Hopefully she's okay. She's up to her feet.
She seems to be okay, but twice in the same game, I mean, even once is something to struggle with.
Yeah.
Twice getting knocked around in that midsection. Maddie McDole, who's been kind of quiet tonight, the leading scorer over the season for the Raiders, hasn't had much involvement and kind of getting kicked around on the court. She heads off to the bench. Some applause from the fans from both sides. As it sits, 3:48 left on the scoreboard. An 18-point lead still for Laconia. And the Kiel Raiders are going to need a miracle, or at least something close to it. Liz Niles to inbound. Press staying firm here for the Spartans. Niles guarded by Morgan. Brought it across on the half court line on the near side. The faux screen set. Gutchow thought about a three. Raiders don't have time to take these long possessions. They've got to find an opening and take a shot. There it is, a deep three from the right side, and it's good. Jada Arns getting back in the game and possibly getting things going. Lead cut down to 15 now. It's got to be a quick defensive possession. You've either got to swat at that ball or take a foul early. Finley Morgan makes her way inside. Step around a couple of defenders and finds her way into the netting. Finley Morgan has been nothing short of impressive. Now up to 18 on the evening. Marissa Johnson caught one to the face. But I'm sure head coach Chris Morgan is pleased with the result. Tip tapped out of bounds. Stays with the Raiders, but they have to give another inbound pass. Laconia has taken care of business both nights at home, assuming things stay the way they are. Kendall Plime all alone on the wing. She goes long. Rebound picked up by Niles. Fight along the baseline. Now here comes Sager. Corner three, this one good. Back to back from Jada Arns, giving some fight to the Raiders.
14 points now, 2.5 to go.
If Jada Arns keeps hitting like that, who knows? Finley Morgan, a good step back, lost her defender. Instead, just tossed it away. If the Raiders aren't going to play tight defense, all Laconia has to do is pass the ball around. I am surprised they are not trying to be more physical and aggressive on the defensive end. They have got to go. Only have 2 fouls, so even when they want to start playing that foul game, they're going to need to foul 5 times before we get to bonus and make it 4 more times after that one. It's going to go against Lily Brockway. Only the 3rd team foul. 1:57.
Maddie McDole checking back in. Glad to see her okay.
Of course. Gonna need her. Down by 14. Under 2 minutes left to go. Pass to the corner. Johnson all alone. Step back three. No good off the front of the iron. And it's picked back up here by the Raiders. Sagan brings it across. Toss to the corner. Brockway!
Alrighty.
If only the Raiders could have shot like this before. The lead down to 11 with 1:35 left on the clock. We get a timeout coming from Kiel.
Yeah,
and
they
we'll
gotta
stay right here.
They gotta force some more of those empty possessions for the Spartans. They've been able to do that in this last minute or so. The problem is it's still 11-point game, 1:35 to go. But if they can get some defensive possession here on Laconia and maybe try to fluster them, we could see. Good timeout here from Chris Morgan to kind of just cool down her girls, let them know that you're still up by 11 and a minute and a half to go. Just play your game, and hopefully they can stick along with this one.
It's got to be some tight defense here from Kiel, and they have to force a few turnovers. I'm sure the speech from Chris Morgan, I don't want to put words in his mouth right now, but the way their defense has looked coming from Kiel, you don't need to shoot the ball. Marissa Johnson took a 3 there when she could have held it and wait for the defense to come. I'm not saying that it wouldn't have been great if she would have made the triple, but either way, at that point, you're up by 14. Right now, you're up by 11, only a minute and a half left. If you hold the ball and they're not playing tight defense, it's an automatic win. And I'm sure that's exactly what he's preaching. Now, if they start playing tight defense again, you get in trouble. There's a different story there. You want to move the ball more efficiently. But right now, Laconia's just got to prioritize hanging on. A full court press coming out of the timeout here for Kiel. Down by 11, 1:35 left in this regional final inside the pit here in Rosendale. Quick up to Johnson, now to Redmond, all alone on the wing, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You do not need to shoot that 3 as Finley Morgan will get fouled up top.
Yeah, they got a lot of fouls to give here too, which is not great if you're the Raiders trying to get them to the free throw line, hopefully get a miss in back possession. Just the inbound plays are just more time for the Spartans to chew off some clock.
Inbound pass to the backcourt. McDowell picks up another one. It's exactly what you needed. 10 seconds off the clock since the timeout, but 2 more fouls.
The problem is they're both going on McDowell, so she's up to 4.
She will take a seat on the bench, and at this point, Gachow will take her place. And she picks up a personal of her own. 6th team foul. They still need 1 more to get the Spartans to that line.
Yeah, I think Finley's just expecting it at this point. 1 more, and she'll go to bonus. So they double team here to see if they could try to not get her right away.
She holds on strong, but a lot of O's in the crowd. I don't think it was anything personal. Obviously, Kiel was coming to foul, and Finley Morgan stopped, and she knew it. She braced for impact.
She sure did.
I don't think I mean, she knew the foul was coming. She was standing there. Kiel ran into her. I don't think there was anything nefarious by that.
No, I could tell on that first foul of Finley, she was not super happy about the way that she was being fouled. So maybe there was a little bit of a little extra
you have to
shoulder into it.
You have to make sure you get the foul. You don't want to just sit there and play with her for a while and then realize, hey, the ref's not calling it.
Correct.
Finley Morgan good on her first on the 1-and-1. And she makes good on both. Yeah, 13-point lead.
There's a reason why Finley was doing the inbounding there, because one of the best free throw shooters on this Spartan squad. Puts 2 home to push back out to 13.
Niles up top. Hand off to Brockway. She takes a triple. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound picked up nearly by McDowell. A fight for it on the ground. Should be a jump ball. Natalie Pianki held on for dear life. And the jump ball goes to the Spartans. We're going to see the foul game again. 1:04 left on the clock. Inbound to Redmond. And she just wraps up. That one will go against Brockway.
You got to play the foul game even though you're down by 13 because season's over if you don't win tonight. It's win or go home here in the pit. Right now, Spartans are going to hold on to a 13-point lead with a minute left here, if they can, I should say. Then they'll move on to the sectional semis, and we'll face Oostburg.
Redmond, no good on her 1-and-1. Rebound tapped around for a while. Could have been a foul on Kendall Plime.
She was playing aggressive.
52 seconds and counting, 13-point lead, and an airmail goes into the stands. And another turnover from the Raiders. Inside 50 ticks, and I would assume that the Spartans will walk away victorious. Still going to play the foul game. Brockway picks up another, but with 45.5 seconds left on the scoreboard, the Laconia Spartans will go on to the sectional semifinals to face what will most likely be Utzberg in a fantastic game. Johnson can't make her free throw, but Redmond comes down with a board. And a timeout coming from Chris Morgan. My instincts say we were going to take it with them, but with how everything is going up here on the computer, we'll just stick here. And Jacob, give me your thoughts about what's transpired, especially in the second half. The Spartans went in with a 7-point lead, and now they currently lead by 13.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a really motivational game for them. They come in and played a tough game last night against Waupun with a few bigger inside post players, but now they come in and they have people a little more their size, and they come in, they try to work the inside. Didn't work for them. Got a couple threes early and went on a run, and definitely a motivational game for them today.
For sure. 42.8 seconds left on the clock.
Stick with us here for postgame. We will have player interviews for the Spartans if they can hold on to this 13-point lead. Who do we want to ask, though? Maybe leave something down in that comment section.
I would
Who
say
you want to
maybe
see
Gabby
tonight?
Pino.
I would agree. Gabby Pino had a really good first half to get the scoring started for this Spartans. We talked to Finley Morgan last night. We also talked to Miley Redmond last night. So we're going to try to avoid those two possibly.
Maybe Marissa Johnson.
I mean,
And
Finley
Morgan
does have
has 22 points.
Correct. Just love to always switch it up. Let us know if you have somebody that you want to hear from. We'll take it in the comment section, whoever you want to hear.
Inbound pass to the junior, Finley Morgan. 17 in last night's contest, 22 right now. Kendall Plime had a wide open look and instead does the right thing. Double bonus now, so Plime gets both regardless.
Could talk to that senior leadership too, from either Marissa Johnson or Pianki. But let us know if there's somebody down there that you want to hear from. Leave it in the comment section.
Free throws, no good on either from Plime. And another foul. This one going against Marissa Johnson.
Foul on number 11, Liz Niles.
29 seconds to go. Most likely all she wrote here from the pit. Marissa Johnson to the line.
No good on the first. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on Radio Plus Video Sports and NFHS. I know we had our share of difficulties, both technical and internet-wise, but I'm glad you were able to stick with us and hopefully see what was a good game. Laconia kind of pulled away here in the second half, as they tend to do, but they will move on to sectionals, and like we said, most likely play Utzberg at that neutral site. Super excited for the Spartans fans. If you're here looking at other news in the Flyweight Conference, Lamira was up by 9 at half in Howard's Grove. We'll see if Dominic can get you an update on that shortly. And a full line change coming in for Kiel. That will do it. 5 new players for the Raiders. And the Raider faithful getting on their feet and applauding the effort tonight.
Yeah, this is always the hardest part about playoffs here. There's so many seniors that have just played their last high school varsity basketball game for the Kiel Raiders. You feel for them. Our prayers are to them as they continue on in their high school, possibly spring sports season, possibly collegiate. But either way, tough to see it as they go here on the end.
Marissa Johnson can't connect, but gets her own rebound. 22 seconds left on the clock, and I would assume the Raiders will just let it be. No more needless fouls. If that's the way it will go, it will be a 59-45 victory tonight for the Spartans. Their final home game of the season, and they are moving on to sectionals. A 14-point victory over the Raiders from Kiel. We will step aside, see if we can get to the ads here. And when we come back, we got player interviews and an interview with head coach Chris Morgan.
For nearly 50 years, Pino Buildings has created the highest quality post-frame buildings. Headquartered in Rosendale, Wisconsin, we proudly serve the Badger State and Illinois. We deliver unparalleled craftsmanship and quality with all the warmth and care you'd expect from a small-town family business. Whether you're planning a large commercial or agricultural project, a barn dominium, or a smaller personal shop or structure, Pinot buildings are built for you and designed to last. Connect with us to get started.
Welcome to Hoff's Quality Meats and Catering, where every cut starts with tradition and cares for your family. Step inside to a display case filled with fresh, marbled beef and pork, farm-fresh chicken, and vibrant sausages. We are more than a meat market. Check out our catering menu, takeout menus, and even our fish fry. From family dinners to weeknight staples, Hoff's offers friendly service and local artistry you can taste. Visit Hoff's today for quality cuts and weekly specials that make every meal a little more delicious. Or call 920-583-3734 to order from our menu.
Municipal Well and Pump has helped communities and industries keep water running with expert well drilling, pump installation, and dependable maintenance. Our experienced team is committed, quality workmanship, and getting the job done right the very first time. When reliable water matters most, trust the name built on honesty, integrity, and experience. Municipal Well and Pump, delivering water you can depend on. Hey, you know what? Tournament season is here right now. If you've got an athlete in the game, you know the drill by now. Practices, late nights, and hungry kids. When it's your turn to host a team dinner, skip the stress. Go Dutch Solutions. They make it easy to feed the whole crew with crowd-pleasing favorites. Ready when you are. Cheer from the stands and let Go Dutch Solutions tackle the food. Visit GoDutchSolutions.com today and book your next catering order.
Tired of pushy sales tactics? Welcome to Schaefer Auto, where they make buying a vehicle simple, safe, and satisfying. You'll find a sweet selection of pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Each is inspected and backed by a warranty option of your choice. Financing isn't a problem. Get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto has the right ride for you. Visit the lot at 404 Shaler Drive in Waupun and online at schaefer-auto.com. Schaefer Auto, no gimmicks, no pressure, no worries.
Welcome back to the post-game show here on Radio Plus Video Sports and NFHS. A 59-45 victory tonight for the Spartans. Joining me now, Gabby Pino and Maddie Taplin. Gabby, run me through the emotions going through your head right now. A big win, and you're moving on to sectionals.
I know that I had to play a big part. Like Coach tells me every time I go in, it's just defense, and that's what I really needed to focus on. I also feel like I needed to take more shots to help our team, but overall our team played really good together.
Gabby, you had 10 points on the night. You had a big first half, and then, like you said, shut down defense in that second half. A little bit of a slower start for you guys tonight. We saw it last night in Waupun. We saw it again tonight. Talk to me about what the speech was at halftime from head coach Chris Morgan and any of the girls in the locker room.
He tells us every time, just lock down defense. That's all we really need to work on. Offense will come.
How are you looking forward to going to sectionals? How's your mindset right now? And are you lucky to have are you guys gonna have a day off tomorrow, you think, or right back in the gym?
Nope, right back in. Big game coming up, so.
Of course. Oostburg is currently up, so it's looking like you're going to be going against them. We know they're a tough team. They've blown out both teams they've played now here in the playoffs. How's your mindset going into that game?
We know they're top 3 players. We got to just shut them down, and defense is all that really matters. I mean, offense does too, but yeah.
Awesome. Gabby, congratulations and good luck on the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Of course. Maddie, thanks for joining me here. You also had a big first half. You had 9 points on the night, but a couple of threes from behind the arc. It felt like they were hitting there for a while. What was your mindset into taking those shots?
I don't know, just get the ball and shoot. Yeah.
How are you feeling right now moving on to sectionals coming up?
It's going to be a big game. Just got to have lockdown defense.
Lockdown defense. It feels like everybody on the team preaches lockdown defense. Is that something you guys specifically focus on in practice? How much time is devoted to it?
Well, we really just focus on, defense. Offense, like, your shots will come, but, defense, you got to get the steals.
All right, well, this has been Maddie Taplin. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Of course, let's see if we can find head coach Chris Morgan around here somewhere. There is a sea of Laconia. There you are. Yes, I was looking for you. So many people down here. Coach Morgan, talk to me about the mindset right now. You're moving on to sectionals. How you guys feeling?
Feeling great. Getting conference was the #1 goal. And then getting regionals, and then you move on, and anything can happen. So we're going to go out there and we're going to give Oostburg our best shot, and see what happens on Thursday night.
Kind of mentioned it there, but Oostburg was running away with it. They've kind of blown out both of their first 2 games here in the playoff. How does it go into game planning for them? How does the girls' mindset have to play into that, knowing that they're a really good team? They've got some really good superstars.
Well, yeah, they're the best team in the state. They've proved that. They've beat every good Division I team that's out there. But, hey, that's why you play the game. So we're going to go out there and we're going to give it our best effort. We're certainly not going to back down to a challenge. It's going to be an uphill battle, but those are the fun games to play in, too.
Coach, a slow start tonight again, kind of like last night against Waupun. You went into the halftime with a little bit more of a lead, about 7 points tonight, but you really ran away with it in the second. Tight defense, I know it's what you preach, but how proud of you are the girls, not only coming out in the press, but then defensively on the other end as well?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job of disrupting them a little bit tonight. We made them uncomfortable. It's exactly what we wanted to do. You know, we lost shooters a little bit, especially number 11 early. We lost her, and she knocked him down. And then in the second half, we lost a couple shooters. And to their credit, I mean, anytime they had an open shot, it seemed like they knocked it down.
Coach, moving on to sectionals, we get to keep having these conversations, and I'm so happy for you. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
We will be back after this on Radio Plus and NFHS.
Awesome, Coach. Thanks, man.
At Warner Harmson, we believe your home should be as comfortable as it is beautiful. From timeless classics to today's latest trends, we carry quality furniture to fit any room that's built to last. With hometown service, affordable prices, and dependable delivery, Warner Harmson makes loving your space feel easy. Visit warnerharmson.com to view our comfortable, quality, and stylish furniture today.
Looking for a reliable roofing contractor? Witt Services has got you covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repair.
A big 14-point victory tonight here in the regional finals at the Pit in Rosendale, Wisconsin. Laconia takes down the 3-seeded Kiel Raiders. And as you see here, everybody is getting a chance to cut down the net. They move on to sectionals coming up next week. They will play Oostburg at a neutral site in the sectionals. Dominic, why don't you give me some final... Oh, you didn't have it tallied up that. Is that what you were? Jacob, give me your final thoughts as we watch these players cut this net down.
Definitely going to be a big game that is going to be a very hard-fought contest, whether it's no matter where it's going to be a tough contest. As Coach Morgan said, that they've proven they're the number 1 team in the state, Oostburg is, and they're going to have a tough task coming up ahead of them, but you got to take everything that you can to prepare for them. And like Gabby said, they're going to probably be in the gym tomorrow getting shots up or getting something working so that way they can hopefully have a chance at beating Oostburg. But overall, I think a very tough-fought regional competition tonight.
Yeah, I mean, of course, and I know head coach Morgan is constantly working these girls, but there's a good reason. He's proven his success here at Laconia. Back-to-back state champions in 23 and 24, made it to the semifinals last year, and they're moving on to sectionals this year. Dominic, give me some final points from both sides and your final thoughts tonight.
Well, before we talk about the Spartans and their incredible achievement to get back to sectionals here, I just want to give a shout-out here to all the seniors from the Kiel Raiders side of things on an incredibly fought game, an incredibly great season for the Kiel Raiders, their first time back to the regional finals since 2022. Congratulations to Tavi Sager, Liz Niles, Addison Vogel, Chelsea Schmidt, Jada Arns, and Maddie McDowell, who have just played their final varsity basketball game here from the Pit in Rosendale. Congratulations to them on a very hard-fought season. And as we move on to the Spartan side of things, Congratulations are in order as they cut down the net here in their home gym and move on to sectional finals. It'll be a very tall task. They are facing probably one of the best girls basketball programs in the state. It doesn't matter what division they are in. Oostburg has been incredible this season. They have rolled through the playoffs so far. They finished their game tonight, I believe, by another 50-point margin. It will be a very tall task for these Spartans, but one that this man right here, Coach Morgan, does not believe that they don't have in them. This net is coming down here in Rosendale for a reason. They can win any game they set their mind to, and we'll see what happens on Thursday.
Yeah, Jacob, we'll have you zoom out and get one more look of head coach Chris Morgan high-fiving each of his girls on this team. Moving on to sectionals, it was a heck of a night. A big 14-point victory for them. They went into halftime up 7, looked a little slow in the first half, but dominated both offensively and defensively in the second half. Do you guys have anything else you want to add to this post-game show before we wrap up here from the pit?
No, it's been great. It's been a very fun game here in the pit. Congratulations to the Spartans. We pray for a safe journey home for Kiel as you finish us off here.
All right, yeah, thank you so much tonight for joining us here on Radio Plus Video Sports and NFHS. We know we had some problems, both internet and technical difficulties up here in the booth, but all of you stuck with us, and we're so thankful for that. We know we have some loyal supporters out there, and we're glad that you could be along on this journey with us as we take it as well. As we like to do here on Radio Plus and Jeff's live streams, we'd like to end in a prayer, so if you would, please join me. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for another amazing evening getting to cover this basketball team and the girls out there, these amazing athletes that you have put out onto this court. It was a fantastic one, and we were so blessed to be here. We also want to thank you for no major injuries. We know we had a couple of blows there, especially coming to Maddie McDole, so we want to pray that your healing hands are able to grace her in her time of need, and everybody else there. There's going to be bumps, scrapes, and bruises. It's a long season, but if you can heal them up quickly and wisely, that would be fantastic as well. One more final ask from you, Lord. We want to ask that everybody here in attendance, all the fans, the players, the coaches, the spectators, get home safely and get to their next site of competition safely. Laconia, the players, the coaches, and the fans, they've got some more traveling to do as their work is not done. So we pray for safe travels. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you so much for joining us on Radio Plus Video Sports and NFHS. A 14-point victory tonight for the Spartans at home. Good night.